Okay, so this is just a supplement to number 3 about the sovereign citizen section, why they're in a panic about it. So I'm not going to go into all of it. I'm just going to quickly go and show you the numbers. They're actually starting to show you how many people are actually starting to rile up against the corrupt system that we live under. They're really starting to understand what's been happening to them, how they're being controlled and used as slaves. And so I just want to show you the numbers, what they're saying. So here it says that about 50% of legal complaints to the New South Wales Judicial Commission are filed by self-represented people. And that's what they're calling sovereign citizens. So it says it's increased between 20 to 30%. And a lot of those are filled by, here we go, sovereign citizens. Now, if you look at the previous video, it actually, that commissioner, the Victoria Police Commissioner, the one with the really unnerving looking teeth and those eyes, very terrifying looking into those eyes. He actually said he doesn't even know what that word means. So they're ripping people out using terms they don't understand. Like, you got to think about the massive contradictions that are being laid out here. And where is the honesty? Is that the oath they take is all about standing in honor, and defending the principles of morality. Not one honest word has come out of their mouth. So you'll see you'll pick up a file, and it might be a parking fine, and there might be 300 pages on it in an envelope. You start to suspect it's going to be a pseudo-legal argument, says this Magistrate Douglas. So if you have a look when it started kicking up, when did it really start kicking up? Have a look. They're telling you since the start of the pandemic in 2020. So there are 50 magistrates who have dealt with 300 to 400 of these matters in the last 6 months. So this is starting to really get extreme for them. And so the weight of numbers. So when people find out truth, this is the beautiful thing about truth, is it's unstoppable. And that's what they're trying to put a lid on. They don't want more people understanding it. So they've got to come and make you look like there's something the matter with you. And if you read this entire article, and you can see it for yourself, how to get the links just up there at the top, you'll see that they're trying to shut it down as fast as they can. Like, the more negative things they have to say about it, that's actually something worth paying attention to, as to the panic these people might be in about the weight of numbers, of how people can, just like with the parents that all came together to protect their children, right? That made sure that they got into panic, and that you put them back in their box of what they're supposed to be, servants, right? But we need to actually prosecute those criminals. That's what we really need to do, not just put them back in their box, but they need to come out and be accountable to each and every one of us for every single transgression they put their life force energy behind, no matter what level of scale they belong, whether they're taking orders or they're giving them. They're all equally, liable for the crime, because the only thing that can make reality is what you put your action behind. And so whether you are taking orders and, giving yourself a free as to why you should take those orders, that doesn't change the action. The action you are ultimately responsible for, because you don't put your title on. Your title doesn't put you on, right? You choose to accept the title. That doesn't mean that you stop having a conscience just because you accept the title. It doesn't put you on, You are not part of it. It is part of you. So that's really what's, ahead of us if we really want to start having some control back over our lives, is to understand these fundamental principles, right? And so here it says generally magistrates deal with about 60 to 80 cases in court each day. That's more than they've ever had. And if this governing system was working the way it was designed to, would people be going up against it? If all of our needs were being met equally, which is the intended purpose of why we even have a governing system, should I say, is that we'd get our needs met to the quality that we require, so we can live at the same level as our neighbor. That's its intended purpose. So if that was really happening, would there be any kind of dissent against a system, if it was equitable? No, but that never gets brought into question as to what's the trigger behind people starting to look into why they're being violated so extremely. That's really what's at the center of this. So anyway, I just want to make a quick one about that. So as a supplement to the number 3 before we go into number 4.